Hello, I'm Dr. Embody. I'll be running the online section of CSE 231 this spring semester 2014. I just want to take a couple minutes to kind of introduce you to the course and what's going on, so let's dive in. Just a couple of notes on what I'm going to talk about today. Why are we doing this? Well, I've put on the page a little YouTube video about a woman in a wheelchair getting an exoskeleton, which is obviously computer controlled, and it allows her to walk. And this is why we're doing computing. We can solve some problems, we can help people out. So what's this all about? Well, the course is really about problem solving using a computer. And our goal of this course is when you get to the end and you get some problem put in front of you, we'd like you to be able to say, hey, I could write a program to do that. So that's what our goal is. So who's involved here? Well, Bill Punch and I wrote a book. We've been teaching this course using Python for a number of years. Both of us have been here about 25 years. Personally, my research interests, I do computer security, how do you break into things, and how do you keep people from breaking into things. Most recently, how to rob banks, that type of thing. So what's our concept for this online course? Well, we have a set of videos that we've created, but it's important to realize that the videos don't stand alone. The idea is we wrote this book. You can read the book, and the videos now will supplement it. Here's how you do stuff. So we explain things in the book, and here's how you do stuff in the videos. You sort of can't do one without the other. So what are the components of this course? Well, there are really a number of these things, and I'll take a look at the syllabus here in a second. But you have the videos and the text, and every week there's a chapter to read and a video to do. There are some online exercises, my programming lab. I'll talk more about that later. The on-campus students do exercises in class. We do exercises with this online tool that actually comes along with the book. There is what is known as a lab that's separate from the My Programming Lab. So there are weekly lab exercises. This is to practice with things. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And then there's also a weekly programming project. And all of this is on the due dates page, which I'll show you. And that's really your guide to this course. In addition to that, there is, of course, midterm and final. We actually have 2 midterms. They're listed in the syllabus. Grading, so those programming projects I mentioned make up 45% of the course. The exams make up 45% of the course. You get 10% for the online exercises, just to let you know. For the on-campus students, they get 5% for their in-class exercises, and in fact I think this is to your advantage because you can get all these. There's no reason to not get these exercises done. I'll let you know there's about 50 of them, so there's quite a few, but the idea is that they're short. I'll talk more about that later. Labs are really weird in how we do these. They don't count for any of the points directly, but you do have to do them. And the idea is that if you miss 3 of them, that you don't do 3 of them, we're going to reduce your final grade by a half. And for every one you miss, it will be reduced by another half. So for example, suppose you actually missed 4. So your final grade would be reduced by 1. If you were going to get a 3-point, you would now have a 2-point. Right? So what it is we expect you to do them all, and if you don't, we pull out a very big stick and hit you hard with that. Okay, so there's a severe penalty for not doing that. Keep track of that. The exams, I offer free proctoring on campus. and the dates are in the syllabus. If you want to do them remotely, we use a remote proctoring service. It costs about 15 bucks per exam. I need to know about that 10 days ahead of time so I can set it up. So if you are interested in doing that, you have to let me know ahead of time. There's a lot of support in this class. You will have a TA. We'll divide the on-campus section into 2 parts. Each one will get their own TA. You, of course, have me as a resource, and there's an online discussion called Piazza. The programming assignments are exactly the same for the online as the in-class, and so the discussions on Piazza about programming assignments will be you'll be able to talk about those not only with the online students but with all the on-campus students. So you'll have exactly the same programming projects. You'll get your own exams. I'll be running those, and the My Programming Lab exercises are something that come with the book. And by the way, you have to get a version of the book that has the My Programming Lab exercises in it. Or you can buy it separately. I forget what the price is now, but it's pretty outrageous. I think it adds a little bit to the cost of the book, a few percent. Purchased separately, it's like 30 bucks or some outrageous amount like that. Secondhand books should still have a working My Programming Lab. They should be good for 2 semesters. Let's take a look at the syllabus. All right. Here we go. So there is a course page, and whoops, let's take a look at the syllabus. This is online. It's different for the online students as opposed to the on-campus students, and I'll be emailing you a link to this. There is a link to the course webpage. That's for everybody, and then a similar one with an addition of the online there, a link to the Piazza where discussions will go on. Of course, we have our textbook and that due dates page. Okay? That is where you will spend a lot of your time in terms of guidance. In fact, let's take a look at that. So this is what the online course page looks like. The due dates page has weekly, describes a video. There'll be a lab, some My Programming Lab assignments, and due on Thursdays, and then every week after the first week, Project 1, Project 2, Project 3, Project 4. Weekly, we get programming assignments, except no programming assignment when we have an exam, and so on down. Each one of these shows up as, so you could see, where do we start with? There are, beginnings, right? So we can take a look at the beginnings page, and that will have it will talk about getting started with Python and your first program and some introduction to it, and some programming lab, My Programming Lab assignments. So I'll be talking more about that, or we'll be sending you some more information about that. And you'll march through this week by week. Each one of these will have, our beginnings and our control and so on. That takes us through the semester. There are some notes in the syllabus about some flexibility that I try to provide. they speak for themselves. I've already mentioned the distribution of points, and make particular note of this about missing laboratory assignments. You'll want to watch out for that. I already mentioned that, so make sure you take a look at that. There's examinations. At this point, when I'm recording this lecture, I'm hoping to have them all in Engineering 2400, the free online one. But I haven't finalized that at this point, but I will send a note when I have that done. My programming lab, so that those are online exercises associated with a book. They'll be worth 10% of the course points, and they're done or not done. We'll be talking more about the computer projects. You're expected to work on them on your own, and we will penalize you if you collaborate too closely with someone else. Okay, and there is a page for the course. This is still the one from the previous semester, but there are links on there to the common programming projects that are there. Of course, there's the link to the online sections. Piazza, for those of you who are on campus and it's handy, we do have a help room. For the students on campus, all the slides are put up. They may be of use to you. When it comes time to exam time, we have all our old exams online for you to look at, and then the example programs that we include in there, and some frequently asked questions. So there's a variety of things on the general course page that will be helpful to you. So we are entering an adventure here. This is a fast-paced course. Once we get rolling, every week you got some videos, you got a lab to do, you got some My Programming lab exercises, and you have some programming projects. And the programming projects start out real easy, all right? And when you look back at them, but they're going to increase in difficulty as we get along. So never wait until the last minute to start those programming projects. All right, let's go to it.